In this video, you will learn how to finally get rid of PCOS, or at least increase your chances of doing so more than with anything else, probably. So this is another one especially for the ladies. My name is Szymon and welcome back to my channel. Let's talk about it. First of all, you need to understand that PCOS is the metabolic and insulin resistance problem first. And if you already know me and my channel, you're not surprised I'm saying this. PCOS isn't just a mystery reproductive problem that just happens to involve insulin. The reproductive dysfunction, failed ovulation, elevated androgens, and infertility is a downstream effect of elevated insulin chronically. When insulin is high, it blocks aromatase, the enzyme that converts testosterone to estrogen in the ovaries. The result is excess androgens and stalled follicles, among other problems. Lower insulin successfully and aromatase is optimal again. The cycle normalizes. Fertility comes back or greatly improves. That's the metabolic core of the problem. Now, the single most effective way of addressing this problem is, in my opinion, not even dietary. Even though I still believe that fixing the glycemia with a proper diet is essential. And that's going to require a well-formulated low-carb or ketogenic diet in most cases to begin with. But that's still not the single most powerful weapon. Let's say you're a lady who struggles with PCOS. Maybe you want to have your first baby or another one. But the pregnancy just isn't happening despite months and years of trying. Maybe you even already tried a low-carb or even ketogenic diet, and it did help to lower your insulin somewhat, but not to the extent of being able to be fully fertile and get your precious baby. This is especially common in slim ladies whose insulin resistance is not related to obesity, yet it's still there. In that case, most probably what you're lacking isn't some magic pill or IVF. It's muscle. That's right. You need to pack on some contractile tissue, some precious quadriceps, glutes, and other skeletal muscles. It seems totally counterintuitive, out of the blue. I get that. So let me explain why the single most effective way to get rid of PCOS as a non-dietary lever is resistance training. Yes, lifting weights. The barbell, the dumbbells, the machines, and bodyweight exercises. Pushing your muscles to maximal effort several times a week. Let's get to the mechanism. When a muscle contracts under load, it becomes so hungry for glucose that it doesn't need insulin to pull it in. The mechanical stress during training opens the glucose gates immediately and directly. This insulin-independent pathway means that you're clearing blood glucose immediately without requiring the hormone that's causing the problem when chronically elevated. But the real power of resistance training is perpetual. Resistance training improves insulin sensitivity immediately and chronically, independent of weight loss. One study I mentioned in another video regarding training showed that with aerobic exercise, the improvement is correlated with the weight loss, or fat loss directly, should I say, a slow and steady effect. With resistance training, the insulin sensitivity improves right away without waiting for the scale to move, and it gets better and better with every kilogram more of trained muscle. The muscle is the glucose sink. Skeletal muscle, as I mentioned before, accounts for about 75% of glucose disposal in your body. So every kilogram of trained muscle you have in your body is a metabolic asset working 24/7 for you. Build muscle and you expand your capacity to handle all the food you need, especially carbohydrates, without needing insulin. So you can decrease your insulin while building muscle and actually building tissue, not even losing fat. And that's not my opinion, that's biochemistry. And for the gains, intensity beats volume. Training to failure or near failure The point when the muscle cannot make another repetition is the signal that matters. It doesn't matter if it's heavy weight and low reps or lighter weight and more reps, as long as the muscle is pushed hard near the fatigue, to fatigue, or beyond. That mechanical stress activates the mTOR, which is the switch of the muscle building process. Minute for minute, resistance training beats any type of cardio for improving insulin sensitivity. What is also non-negotiable is protein. Women need roughly 1.5 gram of protein per kilogram of body weight to build and maintain muscle, and it's usually more than they think they need. And here's the hard part for vegans. Animal proteins work way better. Leucine content matters enormously. And if you're not 16 or 18, you probably need about 3 to 4 grams of leucine per meal to hit peak muscle protein synthesis. Plant proteins just don't deliver the same value. Now about frequency and consistency. My wife trains in a split. One day upper body, the other day lower body, other days for some running, stretching, and lighter walking. I obviously coach and support her and make sure she moves in the right direction. The key is to train each muscle group ideally twice a week, at least. Also, increasing the frequency of your workouts might be beneficial. Splitting your workouts into several shorter, more intense sessions a week is usually better than 2 full-body workout sessions. Although the difference is negligible and you should just stick to what works best for you and is the most enjoyable. The good news is these workouts don't require much time. Sometimes 15 minutes a day is enough if you really put your mind and effort to it. Just make sure it's intense and you progress in strength over time. More weight, more reps, or closer proximity to failure. 2 to 3 times a week is the minimum I recommend. 3 to 4 is a happy middle ground if you can't afford more. If you can do 6 or 7, it's optimal. But remember, we are talking about short training sessions. You do not need to sweat it out 7 times a week for an hour. Remember, the muscle needs a reason to exist. And that reason is intense work applied consistently. Here's my main takeaway message for you. Resistance training isn't about vanity or fitness. It's not about how you look like or how you fit into your favorite clothing. Although I understand wanting to achieve these benefits as well. But the most important part is your metabolic and hormonal health. Every kilogram of muscle you build is a tool that helps you to handle the food you eat without spiking insulin. It's the most direct and effective way to decrease your insulin, which is chronically elevated, and as a result, restore or strengthen the ovulation and prepare your body for safe conception and healthy pregnancy. That's what the science shows, as well as thousands of testimonies of ladies who managed to reverse their fertility problems through a low-carb, keto, or carnivore diet, as well as resistance training. And that resistance training is the biggest factor of all. So if you're a lady who struggles with PCOS and tried everything, including low-carb, keto, or even carnivore diet, you may as well prioritize a well-formulated muscle-building program and strategy. You will not look like a bodybuilding competitor. In fact, even if you try hard for about 10 or 20 years, what I'm telling you about is a natural, healthy training that doesn't involve any PEDs or medication. Just moving your body the right way, pushing it to become stronger and fixing the metabolic problem while doing so. It will not make you look masculine or heavy. In fact, it's the opposite. Well-toned, healthy muscle improves the female physique 10 times out of 10. If someone claims otherwise, I have serious trouble with such thinking. Especially as we are not talking about professional athletes, just ladies who embark on a healthy lifestyle and use recreational sport to their advantage. This could be you, or your lady if you happen to be a man who watches this video to seek help for your lady. If you're seeking help with starting, you might as well consider keeping an eye on what I'm offering, because there's plenty of good stuff to come. I also highly encourage you to check out my other videos, like this one, and subscribe to my channel. That would be highly appreciated. I'm giving out a lot of free knowledge and guidance, and I wish for it to help as many people as possible. For now, thank you so much for watching and being a guest on my channel. My name is Szymon, and I wish you a wonderful day. Stay healthy, and see you in the next one.